So for here, the real estate business itself, for those of you new to real estate, you might be surprised to know it has nothing to do with what we call sticks and bricks. It has nothing to do with the rehab and construction side is very, very small part of a real estate business. Real estate is all about people. And being that it starts and ends with people, it really breaks down to people's needs and people's emotions. When you start to really learn that, you'll start to really get a good glimpse into how you can structure your business for the maximum success. So we're all about finding a need and solving a problem. In this case, we're going to go over what the needs are that we're finding and, of course, how to solve those problems. But honestly, folks, this business, whether you're a real estate agent or a wholesaler or a rehabber or landlord, or you're a flipper, right? It's all about marketing. And if you've bucked it in the past, you're like, you know what, I'm not a marketer. I'm not good at sales. I'm not good at marketing. I don't want to do any of this stuff. I totally get it. I never, ever, ever wanted to be in sales and marketing, which is probably why I went into banking, right? I like numbers. I like to sort of analyze things, and that's really where I came from. But I learned that every single day you're marketing something. You're marketing yourself, right? Whether you're selling an employer on you getting a position in a job, or you're selling you're trying to get your kid into a higher level learning school. I mean, all of this is selling. So when you start to learn, though, that marketing is also you're not trying to sell anything. You're truly providing a solution to a problem that you are morally and ethically obligated to give to that seller or to your client. When you know you have something that can help them, and you truly believe that your vision and your role in this world is to help people, then wait till you see how great this business can be for you guys, right? I mean, this business especially, because all we're doing is really focusing in on those people who have problems and trying to help them solve those problems. So when we say it's all about marketing, what does that mean? Finding buyers. If you're a wholesaler, and we're going to get into wholesaling in a second, you need to have people who will buy your deals or buy your contracts. So you know what? Start there. You're going to find your buyers and say, what do they want, right? In the system, we cover all the different ways of building a cash buyers list, of finding these buyers, and of course, how to categorize and how to reach out to them, how to monetize that buyers list so you know how to get to them easily and they are accessible to you. Locating sellers. How can you help them, and where do you find these sellers? Connecting both your buyers and sellers, which is the whole offer process, and how does the money work, and who has due diligence rights and all that sort of thing, bringing it to the closing, and then learning how to be very, very consistent so you can build this as a business. That is what the complete deal flow system is all about. So for those of you who don't know, wholesaling is this strategy. That's where I started when I had no cash or credit left over. It's basically it's the least risky strategy, but it does take time and it takes effort, and it's not easy. It could be simple because you're following a process, but it's not easy. You're going to kind of grind things out, and we're going to go into a couple of these processes. But you find a property, motivated seller, you solve their problem, and in doing so, a lot of times it ends up being a contract to purchase that property. And you either then sell that contract to an end buyer that's going to close on that, or you'll actually close on that property and then immediately resell it to an end buyer for a profit or a spread in between. And there's different other strategies too that we actually go over in the whole system itself, like trust assignments and entity assignments and that sort of thing. But let's go over some basics. A lot of the questions that I get from our students now, like choosing an entity. Oh, I need to set up an LLC first, and I need to really think this through, and I have to get the name just right, and choosing contact database. And I'd like to be the first to tell you to literally, while an entity is important for liability protection, don't spend a lot of time on this, folks. I would say even go as far as getting your first deal almost done. You can set up your entity before you even have your first closing, but ramp up. Don't worry about this stuff first. Learn about it, get a system going, and once you finally start making some money, then you can start choosing an entity and getting legally all set up, if you will. But I would think besides an entity, what's more important to you is a domain name, okay? Because that's marketing. So Find a domain name where you're going to establish your web presence, and you'll see why that's important later. But an entity, if you're starting out, LLCs are fabulous. Don't spend a lot of time on this. You can delegate this to an attorney, especially when you have funds coming in. But that's literally where we are. We have a whole bunch of different LLCs, and then we have trusts that work with those LLCs. Choosing a contact database. This is really important for people who don't want to do real estate as a hobby, but want to treat it as a business. How great would it be if you're not even a wholesale, let's say you're a rehabber, but you're already at your limit of 4 or 5 construction projects at a time. Your deal flow system is on. So you have your marketing set up, and all of a sudden you get leads coming in. You can't monetize those leads, right? Or you can't close on them. You already got 4 projects going on. What if you had an easy system where you could just go to your email database or go down 3 or 4 phone numbers and have that deal sold, so you made that wholesale spread in between? We are all wholesalers, is kind of what I say, because there's always a way to monetize your leads once you learn how to set this up to be consistent. How do you organize your files and your contacts for maximum return, right? This is all the boring stuff that no one wants to deal with, but this is the stuff. This is the stuff, along with time blocking and time management. This is the stuff that's going to get you to do things in a consistent way, to then also make your income consistent and make you feel a lot. Obviously, first you need to feel secure to take care of your expenses. Then you feel comfortable, and then you start having real wealth building goals, which I would be so excited to be the person to help you reach those goals. And rehabbers, landlords, we just went over that. How to use your contact list to get more profitable deals. If you're already into those deals and you don't have enough to take it down, you have to monetize those leads. And we go into that in the complete deal flow system.